from both of the teams because we are ready. Let's jump into it, Arashi.
Here we go. Banning phase began with the Martis from the side of Vietnam. So already trying to curb that early game aggression, that crazy playstyle from Malaysia. And now we'll have to see, what will Malaysia do? Will they try and ban out the priority heroes? Or maybe they're going to try and ban out potential solutions, potential counters that Vietnam can use against them instead.
Yeah, because Joy cannot be played for this tournament. I think, yeah, we have to left Joy out from the ban and pick here. Unfortunately, but we will see Martis is not going to be played with Kaja. Kaja, interesting because Kaja is very, very strong, you know. Its potential to just turn back the table here with the Divine Judgment, with the all maybe setup that coming from the teams. I think it's a good decision from Malaysia to just ban out this Kaja. And no Valentina, no copycat, I could say.
Not yet. Not for now. So for Vietnam, they banned out two very aggressive heroes, both purple. And for Malaysia, banning out the Kaja, removing some crowd control, some wave clear as well. It is a pick that can be used to shut down the very aggressive heroes that Malaysia actually really enjoys playing. Along with that, the Phobias as well.
Yes.
They are a team that likes to make use of their mobility. They like dashing in and out. So that Phobias is definitely going to be an issue, and they do not want to deal with that.
It's very interesting because of the Phobias ban here. It's very unique, I could say, because we rarely seen that Phobias is the prior to be banned, right?
Right.
In Indonesia, maybe we rarely see that. So from the first match, actually, Cambodia also did the same thing. They banned Leomord, they banned Phobias, they banned Kaja. Maybe Malaysia, they also can ban Leomord for this third ban here. But meanwhile, we're still waiting for Vietnam. What are you guys want to ban? It's gonna be Benedetta. So 1-1 could be the first option for Vietnam.
If they let go of 1-1, that's a bit difficult. I mean, Malaysia likes going very aggressively, and against a hero that can kite back so efficiently like the 1-1, that might be something that they don't want to deal with unless they have a very specific plan. They have banned out the Phobias, which is, in a way, in the early game, a bit of a counter to that 1-1. But I don't know. We have to see if Malaysia are willing to let Vietnam have that pick in favor of something better, perhaps. And Fanny will be the option that Malaysia bans away.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be funny. So there will be a contest between Leomord and also, I can say 1-1 here.
Right.
Yeah.
Logically speaking, I think Malaysia would very much prefer to have that Leomord. It's tanky, it's dangerous, and it can do so many things at the same time. And as we mentioned, that flexibility is very usable in the hands of a team like Malaysia's right now. So for Vietnam, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Will they pick that 1-1?
They have to think carefully because Malaysia will take the two OP hero here. So 1-1 is gonna be the prio pick for Vietnam. Meanwhile, Malaysia, they can just take Leomord or maybe another mid lane or first, I don't know, maybe some the jungler here. If they want to use the Leomord in the EXP lane, I think it's quite flex as well.
In the EXP lane, that's definitely a possibility. And for Malaysia, as we mentioned, if they want to be aggressive, if they want to use fast rotations, that mid lane is very important.
Agree.
Whoever's in the mid lane and the roamer, if they cannot match the wave clear potential, it might be very difficult for them to be as active as they want to be on the map. So now with that Yves being hovered on, maybe Malaysia is going for a more calculated approach, but look at that.
They don't pick. I thought that I think.
Wow, curveball.
Yes. I almost, got choked by Malaysia here. But yeah, Leomord and also Eve. Nice pick from Malaysia because, yes, of course, they need the high ground defensive here. If, sometimes if we use Eve, even though we know Eve already got nerfed because the ultimate is already smaller right now. It's rather than before. I think if it's still good option because he has the ultimate cannot be cancelled really easily right now, right? You have a suppress ability to cancel the Eve ultimate, the remote manipulation, and Digi for Malaysia.
Digi from Malaysia, and this is very interesting. Malaysia now has a lot of crowd control. They have an abundance of it, and they have already picked away the main counter to crowd control. Digi with the time journey. So now for Vietnam, with the Carmilla, with the Fredrin, they're going to be stuck getting poked around because they do not have a lot of range to work with right now. They have the 1-1. That is the longest range they have in their arsenal. And against a Yves and a Diggy, they're going to have to struggle to survive against the poke before even engaging in a fight. And if they overstay, having that real-world manipulation as well as Leomord, right? Just jumping in with his horse. That's going to be very difficult. But now we're straight into the second banning phase, Claude as well as Farsa.
Okay, Parsia, I really like it because Malaysia doesn't want to get disturbed by maybe the feather aspect, right? But the problem is Vietnam, they need someone that can jump into the backline and catch this if. If not, it's gonna be maybe a disaster. Especially you don't have the suppress ability to cancel the reroll manipulation. So you need to find someone who can jump into the backline with the high damage and can shut down if really fast. That's the thing. But there's no bad trick as well for Malaysia because Vietnam already secured their 1-1, so the gold lane is already there. But Lapu Lapu is gonna be the shadow pick for Malaysia. No Veramis means there's no long team fight here.
Exactly. No security, no safety
Yep.
for the members of Vietnam. And Vietnam themselves seem to be opting to respect Chiku on the other team.
Yep.
2 gold lane bans to ensure that Chiku will have some issues. But of course, this is Chiku we're talking about.
Yeah,
he
he can
might just
play
come
anything.
up with something completely unexpected.
Especially we know that Chiku's favorite hero is Cloud, right? I still remember his Cloud is very, very amazing. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a respect when coming from Vietnam. And Sicilian is gonna be the high ground defensive coming from Vietnam here. But you have to take a note, Sicilian needs the item
Exactly.
into the mid and the late game composition.
That is the question. Can Vietnam survive the assault, the aggression long enough to actually get into the late game? Now for Malaysia, they're also hovering over a very solid late game source of damage. Either Leslie or the Irithel can both be used to maximum effect here. It's gonna be the Irithel. A lot of ways for them to dodge away from the pick-off potential of the Amon on the side of Vietnam. And on the other hand, Vietnam don't have a lot of answers to the potential for Malaysia to just completely take over the game.
Agree with that. Actually, if you take a look from the draft from both of the teams, Vietnam look very strong because they have the composition in the early game. They have Amon here with the endless shot as well. Especially if you already get the stock, the damage from Amon is gonna be so painful. They have the late game insurance, which is Cecilion, but they have to bring it into the mid until the super duper late game, right? To get the stock, more damage for Sicilian. One of course need to be in the good positioning here, so he won't get caught really easily by the member of Malaysia here. Meanwhile, Caramel and also Fredrin is gonna be the one who stay in the front, who's gonna be the tanker in the front for Vietnam.
Right, Fredrin will definitely be one of the main weapons that Vietnam will use to try and crowd control the members from the side of Malaysia to try and stave off their aggression.
Yep.
And as you mentioned, Momo-chan, in that late game, that Leslie can just one-shot at 1-1. And now here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 between Malaysia and Vietnam. Take it away. Chiku guys already in the jungle. Hang on.
Yes, like we discussed about this earlier, right? This guy can be everywhere, Arashi. And it's gonna be Momo who play in the gold lane. Interesting to know. And Yam is gonna be the one who babysit Momo here. Meanwhile, Janard and also hey. It's too long, you know.
It's a lot of hairs for sure. And you can see already the aggression coming in from the Malaysian side. They're trying to use that early clear, and we can see maybe at level 3 or at level 4, they're going to try and make some very aggressive invades because they do have the tools available to orchestrate such an aggressive play. And already, Vietnam just hovering around, trying to make sure that Yoga in the jungle does not get shut down.
Yep, agree with that. So especially, it's very, very important. We know how strong marksman into the mid and late game, right?
Ooh, here we go though. That's a stun onto Chico, guys, but he claps back, and there we go. That is the Malaysians pushing away Vietnam, and Nart is forced to retreat as far as possible in this early game. It's going to be very difficult for him to match that burst potential. And as we already predicted, there's a lot of skirmishes breaking around in the map right now.
Yeah, I really like when it comes to the team fight, when it comes to the skirmish, it's very, very, it's very, very chaos from both of the teams. But I really like how the positioning from Gnard here. He doesn't want to take a risk. He just pull away a little bit once he know that the barbell from Chico guys was cut.
That is what he needs to do right now. And with the turtle spawning, I think Malaysia has a chance to force Vietnam into an exchange, unless Vietnam wants to go for a bit of a trade right here already. Both teams trying to contest the control, the bushes around the turtle pit, and this is going to be very important to decide who actually gets an advantage.
Yep, and Formace now already leading to the objective, but look at that, the barbell is coming from
Ooh.
Chico, guys, and the Sicilian is gonna be the first victim for Malaysia.
That's a first blood for Chico, guys, and just like that, Malaysia has pushed Vietnam away, and it seems like Vietnam wants to go for more. The turtle has been secured by Chico, guys, and the road manipulation has been used. Amon is able to secure a kill onto the Diggy, but look at that. Unfortunately, that will be one more casualty as the King will get taken out by Malaysia.
The king has fallen, and look at that. Used the flicker trying to punish one member from Malaysia, but he fell it instead because he doesn't have enough damage here. Especially he brought the, the tank emblem here for the king, right? So
Exactly.
not enough damage, and there's still like 3 member. There were still like 3 member in the river just now.
That was very unfortunate for the side of Vietnam because they already lost one member and they still went for it despite the fact that we have already mentioned the early game favors Malaysia, but here we go. Vietnam trying to find a bit more of an advantage, trying to trade back a bit of the gold swing, but they won't be able to find it because Malaysia strikes back in the mid side. That will be Need My Help taken out. He definitely needs help from his team right now.
Actually, yeah, he needs help. He needs the rotation coming from Vietnam here. And Todak, they are very, very smart, I could say. I mean, Malaysia is very, very smart because they know that the Sicilian could be a disaster for them going into the mid until the late game. So they don't want to give a lot of space for Need My Help. They just straight away punish him in the middle lane.
Formace and Chiku going aggressive on the King. He will be forced to retreat. That is Malaysia just pressuring away, getting the farm advantage. If you look at the gold right now, it's almost 2k for Masada Malaysia, and Joga is not getting any breaks at all right here. But the King goes for the 2-man taunt as Joga tries to follow up. He has the genius one, so a lot of damage is available, but no, that will be enough actually. Chiku, guys, gets taken out, and this is Vietnam striking back. And Formace might actually still be in the sights of the Vietnamese players. He is 1v3 under turret. He goes in aggressively. He gets taunted, but this is a 1v3 situation. He is still going to get that outplay. Formace right now still in it to win it. Possibly getting one more. There we go. Double kill for Formace, and he is finally shut down by Yoga.
Oh my god, it's a lot of time has been bought by Formace in the bottom lane. He got 2. Wow,
kills.
2 kills for Formace, and you see how confident he is, right, just now?
That Lapu Lapu.
With the Braver Fighter, he goes in. And after that, he punished the King, and he still won more. Look at the replay just now. I thought that he wants to go back after Chiku guys down, right? But I said, no, I still have the Braver Fighter, and I will go for it.
That is aggression coming in from Formace, and he did all that without the Bloodlust Axe. So now, with that build up for him, he will be able to sustain even more, and Vietnam have a problem on their hands as the siege from the Malaysians is just so difficult to deal with because of that poke damage.
Agree with that. Formace with the Bloodlust Axe and also the Festival of Blood emblem here, the spell here. I think the emblem is make Formace really, really sustain for the team fight. 1 versus 2, or maybe 1 versus 3 in the early. Maybe it's not that, it's not that solid for Formace, but at least he can get and finish the low member.
Exactly. Securing those kills will be very important, but now look at Vietnam actually split apart, but they are trying to get an advantage. That is the shards coming in, but won't be enough. Formace with the shutdown right here, and Malaysia is not done yet. One more for Formace. Now with the road manipulation, it's triple kill, and finally Chico gets taken out in return. But he is the only casualty. That is a wipe out for 1 for the side of the Malaysians, and this is objective gameplay from them right now.
Oh, wow, suddenly all of the members from Vietnam got wiped out by Malaysia just because, no one can take down Formace in the front as a frontliner for Malaysia. And Chico, guys, even though he got a lot of damage that coming from Joga here with the Endless Shard, but the problem is Formace is very, very tanky.
Exactly.
So he held a lot of damage coming from another member from Vietnam. Meanwhile, Chiku can just go out with the barbell.
And And this is what is so difficult for Vietnam right now. They don't have a lot of ways to stop the aggression. The Sanguine Claws maybe from Need My Help, but that is the only source of crowd control, and maybe the taunt from the King. It is not nearly enough to stop Formace, Moon, Chiku. So many threats just diving in towards your members, and if you get careless, that is where Yums will pull you back. That's where Momo soon will be able to burst you down with that late game true damage that the last league provides. So now with the turtle, Malaysia will look to go for yet another aggressive play.
Yeah, with the 5k gold lead by Malaysia, I think it's quite hard for Vietnam for now. So they really need to be careful with the initiation that coming from Malaysia. Meanwhile, we will see that Formay will a little bit busy trying to giving some vision, giving some information for Malaysia here, and he knows that there are like 4 members in the jungle, so they don't want to take a risk. Maybe they are waiting for Formace to be ready in the team fight.
Exactly, he is that strong right now. He can walk into
Nart.
the jungle, and look at that, Nart will be the target, and Chico will not be able to secure that kill. Finally, he will actually. Whoa, Yoga gets taken out of nowhere. That is Formace yet again, making the plays happen across the map. What is going on? Vietnam has no answer to the tempo, the pace that Malaysia is setting for them right now.
And even though Hehe, she doesn't have a chance, you know, to trying to break the weakness point here, get the crossbow of Sang, because he already got the cherry down very fast by Malaysia team.
It's just really difficult because at any point, if you miss position, the road manipulation can be used to engage. You can see Formace just going in with the bravest fighter. And right now, with Formace being so difficult to deal with, they might require all 5 members, and there's no way that they can deal with his mobility and catch him.
Yeah, now you know the reason why I really like Formace playstyle, right? He's
Exactly.
very confident.
Whoa.
He knows what to do. And look at that, the bravest fighter already pops in, and the crossbow of Tang goes into the Formace, but Formace still able to survive, Archie.
And there is a lot of ultimates being used by Vietnam. Malaysia will try and capitalize, but on the top side, the objective gameplay is still being used. As Need My Help will get taken out. Chiku still on the horse, horsing around, trying to make sure that he gets more from the situation, but Vietnam is forced to adjust, moving to the top side, but there, Momo will be able to pick up a kill, a double kill even. Vietnam, what is going on? They have no control whatsoever in this game.
Oh my god, I think they already confused what they have to do, because every lane is being controlled by Malaysia. Very nice, I can say line management.
Yes.
Coming from Malaysia here. They don't care about the team fight between Chiku guys and also Formace in the bottom lane. Momo just focus on the objective turrets they have to get.
The objective gameplay for sure is very good from Malaysia, pressuring every single lane. And when you have a member as strong as Formace, you can just pull so many people and exert so much pressure. He does get shut down by the King though, so now maybe Vietnam will be able to find something else, a different pickoff, as they are scaling quite a bit into the late game. This is still somewhere in the mid game. 10 minutes and 30 seconds definitely isn't that far off. So I think they have to stall much longer for the 1-1 and the Sicilian to get back online.
Okay, but the ultimate snipe was already in use, trying to poke damage, trying to giving a poke damage towards King here, but Hehe needs to go back a little bit here because he's getting poked as well, with the damage coming from Moon and also from Yams with the alarm bomb.
Alarm bombs, Moon with the poke damage, and Momo as well. So now they go with the Lord in Tao. Root manipulation picks one up, mega kill for Moon, and now they go for more. The King gets taken out. No more frontline for the side of Vietnam. That will be the Carmela getting taken out as well, and they might just go for the end after that 1-1 gets taken out, and that is a dominant performance from Malaysia.